What's going on, guys? Dan the Eagle Man here. Hope you're having a great day. I just wanted to do a quick install video, and I just picked up these babies off of AmericanMuscle.com. These are the 2018 plus Ford Mustang vanity lights, the map lights, and a light for your glove box. So it's going to be two for each side of the vanity lights, and then one map light for your left side and one map light for the right side, and then one map light for the glove box. Now there's one missing down here. Well, it's not missing, it just doesn't come with it. So that's for your trunk light. I like the stock bright white LED light that it already comes with, so I didn't want that to be red. So I wanted to at least have at least one for the inside of the vehicle that was white. But for all the others, the map lights, the vanity lights, and the glove box, I wanted to see what the red would look like. So I already have red for the map lights, and I believe I got those about almost 2 years ago, and there are some LEDs that I picked up at AutoZone or something like that, but they're holding up fairly well, and I just wanted to see what it would look like with the diode dynamics and see if there was a better difference as far as the lumens go and the output of actual light. So let's get into it. We're going to go ahead and start with the easier side of the install and go with putting the map lights in. So they have install videos on YouTube, but for the sake of my channel, I just wanted to add it up there so you can quickly look at it. So we're gonna have to take this down, and the way you do that is by pulling evenly on both sides here, and you're just gonna have to shimmy it. Might have to use two hands and wiggle it out so you can get this clip to pop out. So I'm gonna head and work on that. All right, so I got the right side. Just go ahead and pull that down. As you can kind of see, this little piece right here, this metal piece, that's what's clipped up into that plastic. That's what you have to be careful of. You might have to pull a little hard, but just be sure and be mindful that you don't overdo it. You might break that, and I can only imagine how difficult that'd be to fix. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and do this right side here and wiggle with this. See if you can get a good view of where that clip is in there. You can see where it's at. That's what I got to work on, pulling that side down. Then we'll have access to the map lights. All right, so I managed to get that down. And as you can see here, you have the cables that plug into the housing for where the light bulbs are going to go. And there's going to be one right here, and then the other on the opposite side. So you just make sure you grab the corresponding bulb, which is going to be for the map light. And I do believe the map lights and the glove box lights are the same. But this is the map light. And if you have basic knowledge of changing light bulbs, obviously you just pull the one out of go ahead and do that so you can see what it looks like, and then you pull the bulb out and plug the other one in where that used to be. So you just give that a little tug, and that'll pop out of the housing. And as you can see, this is the older LED bulb that was in there compared to the diode dynamics. And let me go ahead and pull that one out and replace that so you can see what that looks like. This is just to give you a quick little comparison. This is the red diode dynamics LED, and this is the AutoZone LED. I forgot which brand it is, as I stated before, so I'll go ahead and pop that into place. All right, so I just plugged the diode dynamics light in, and what you do is you'll hit the map light button just to make sure it comes on, to make sure the polarity is correct and that it's facing the right direction when you plugged it in. Bam! Now that's beautiful. That is a bright red light. So let's go ahead and do the other side. Pop it back in. We'll do the vanity mirrors. Just to do a quick comparison. You can't really tell right now, but just to show you kind of, if you might be able to see the brightness. This is the diode dynamic side. And then I'll show you the regular stock bulb that I had in there. And you might be able to tell, okay, on the diode dynamic side, it's more of a brighter red light. At least I can notice looking at it. So, yeah. Looks pretty good. I know it's hard to tell on the camera, but I'll go ahead and switch to the other side and start doing the vanity lights. All right, final step is just popping that back up in there, making sure it's all pressed into place. And this side's good. All right. So for the vanity lights, what you're gonna have to do is you take like a little Might be able to. We're gonna have to pop these covers off, and then there's a screw up underneath there we're gonna have to access. So let me go ahead and show you, see if I can get this on camera. All right, so this is the tiny little flathead that I just used, and I just slowly, kind of gently worked it up in there in that little small corner, and I popped this little cover off. So just be gentle with it and use a little bit of force, and it'll pop right out. These are little clips that you want to make sure you do not break these, because you'll have to buy another cover. So that can be frustrating. So this is the stock bulb that's in there, and there's 2 screws. Well, actually there's 1 screw, sorry. So we're gonna have to undo this one and then pop this cover off and unscrew that, and then we're gonna have to pop this off to access the bulbs. Once both sides are off, then you use your Phillips head screwdriver, undo that screw, and then I'm gonna work on doing this one, and then you'll be able to pull this and pop it off. Now that our screws are out, you just be able to pull this, pop it out of place, and pull your mirror off. And then you'll have access to your bulbs. And what I'm gonna do is use this small screwdriver and the flathead side to kind of pry these bulbs out. You want to be gentle with them, they're smaller, so you might be able to grab it with your hand, but they're a little tricky because they're small. So if you have smaller fingers, you might be able to get a grip on it. So I'll just use the small flathead screwdriver, and these little bulbs right here, these are the ones that we're going to be pulling out and replacing. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so I managed to pop this little guy out, and this is the smaller stock bulb. Let's see if I can get a good focus on it. You can see there, that's what you're pulling out. Excuse my rough hands, I actually work for a living. So, and this is the Diode Dynamics vanity light that we're going to be plugging in there. So, and that's going to be kind of similar to the map light, so I'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so I just plugged that one in. In order to test to see if they work, there's a little metal bar right here. You just push this down, and it'll press the, okay. Well, this is what I meant when they're polarity sensitive. So what I have to do is just pull this guy out and flip it around. And everything, plug it in. There we go. And there's your red light, and there's your halogen or yellow light, if that's what you're gonna call it. And this is the red LED light. All right. It's alive. So we have red light on both sides. Go ahead and replace our mirror and get the covers back on and show you what it looks like. All right, so we have both covers back on, everything's screwed into place, and you can kind of see, I know it's a little hard to tell how bright they are because it's a little daylight, but when it gets dark, I'll come out here and show you what it looks like at nighttime. But I like it. I haven't changed the side yet, so red lights, halogen lights. I'm liking the red. All right, so this is the glove box, and it can be a bit of a pain because you have this guy right here. This is the on and off switch, so that's how it's activated. So you'll have to make sure you have a notch right here. It pretty much, it's hard to kind of show you how it sits up in here, but this is the little hole where the switch goes. So you kind of have to like push up and then pull out to clear this switch, and then it should be able to drop down. So I'll go ahead and unplug this bulb and pop the Diode Dynamics bulb in. So the bulb just pops out again with the screwdriver, and then once you've released that, you should be good. Oh, as you can see, we have power. Light comes on. Go ahead and replace that. Pop it back in there. I'll show you what it looks like. There's our red light. Put it back in its spot. And again, this is a little hole where the on and off switch is. So you just have to make sure that the light is pushed all the way in. So this is your glove box. If you don't know how to take a glove box out, you just squeeze this guy right here, push that all the way in. This is the glove box bulb. Push that in, and there's another one on this side. You just do the same thing, and it'll pop down. So just make sure you do the reverse when you're putting that on, and squeezing these to put it back into place, and make sure it's closing like it's supposed to, and you should be good to go. So we'll hit the button, There you see, got your red light in there. We're good. Just wanted to finish the video off and show you what it was like at nighttime. And I do have some outside light shining into the car, so it does wash out the light a little bit, but you can kind of get the idea. And see, I mean, these lights are pretty bright for being red lights. And there's a glove box, vanity lights. So I think they look great. I love the red, match the outside of the car. So you guys pick them up. You got them American Muscle. It's about $40. So, and like I said, they have different stages for whatever lights you kind of whatever it is you're looking for, or which lights you want to replace on your vehicle. So check them out. Thanks for watching.